Nick Emerson with the Emerson Group, real estate professionals here in San Diego. And just want to give you a quick recap of kind of what our markets looked like or felt like year to date, and what some of the trends might be suggesting of where we might be heading between now and the end of the year. So one of the interesting things that we do here at the Emerson Group is we're tracking active inventory, both between detached and condos, but also pending inventory, right? So we're looking at what's the supply and what's the demand. So I'm going to pull up this graph here to give you guys a sense of what this looks like. It's pretty interesting to see this on paper and compare it to kind of what a buyer might have been feeling or experiencing during this time period. So if we're looking at the top part of the graph, this is going to be your detached properties, right? So detached active is a blue line. This is the active inventory throughout the course of the year. And again, we track this once every week. So some of the observations from looking at this is there was clearly a time period during the year where there was a pinch, right? There was not a lot of inventory, but there was still a decent demand. So if you were a buyer in the market, looking around March, right, through May for a detached home, I would have felt like it was competitive, multiple offers, tighter inventory, right? It would have been a much more unideal market for a buyer. Now, what we're seeing as we go past May, though, is something interesting with the trends of what we were at the beginning of the year, which is active inventory is going up, so supply is going up, and pending inventory or demand is going down, right? So the larger the gap between the two, at some point, prices have to soften, right, to bring those back into alignment. So what this could suggest between now and the end of the year is we're likely to see demand continuing to taper off and inventory beginning to slowly pile up, which means we will likely be in an environment where we're not seeing multiple offers and we could be seeing some price reductions. However, we also want to point out the attached condo market as well, because one observation is that it was much tighter this year for this market. If we look at the pinch point, kind of where inventory and demand cross paths, right? We're looking kind of at the 779 that occurred in February. This is where you really would have felt like, man, there's nothing out there, and anything that is out there is getting snatched up quickly. The other thing that's interesting is that the competitiveness or the trends are closer together for supply and demand for attached condos, meaning you would have consistently felt like it's more competitive throughout the course of this year relative to detached homes. Now, we are seeing the separation for the condos and attached properties as well, but it's much more subtle, right? Detached properties has 100% more active listings than the condos attached. Lastly, I want to give perspective because yes, inventory is going up and demand is going down. However, from a bigger picture standpoint, in 2018, at the same time period in September, we had almost 15,000 homes available, both property types. That's 5 times or 500% more than what we currently have. So, albeit demand was higher at that time, it certainly wasn't the same as far as how little inventory or months supply. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the year. If you're a buyer between now and the end of the year, it's certainly going to feel less competitive, and you should be able to find opportunities where there might be some negotiation opportunity. With that being said, all depends on where interest rates might head. If we see them tick back down, that might increase demand again, or if they remain elevated, we might see more inventory, in which case you might be able to find a good deal during the holidays. So stay tuned. We're looking forward to sharing more insights and data on the market here in San Diego. And feel free, if you have any particular information, insights, or data you would like us to go over, I'd be happy to put something together for you and continuing to deliver great information and insights for you to make informed investment and purchase selling decisions. That's it from here at the Emerson Group. Have a wealthy rest of your week.